Hi, I'm Al Berg, Head of Security and Risk Management for LiquidNet, the premier institutional investment community and a proud premium member of New York Metro InfraGard. You probably don't give much thought to the printers on your network, at least from a security point of view. Well, some recent research presented at the ShmooCon hacker conference in Washington, D.C. last week provides some insight into how HP printers can be used in a quite surprising way. It turns out that HP's network printers all have some storage built into them in the form of RAM disks. Normally, these RAM disks are used to load fonts onto the printers. Well, Ben Smith of the security research group remoteexploit.org got to thinking about that storage and how it might be put to use by attackers. Smith described a tool suite that he designed called PrintFS, which takes the storage on all of those network printers and aggregates it into a hidden file system accessible only to those in the know. PrintFS makes the printer storage look like a hard disk to computers with the software installed. A program called PF Scanner is used to find all the printers on the network suitable for use with PrintFS. According to Smith, he designed PF Scanner to evade signature-based intrusion detection systems by varying the order in which it carries out its scanning steps. When files are written to the virtual printer disks, they are compressed, encrypted, and given randomly assigned file names, which are mapped to a table stored on the computer running PrintFS. Each file is stored on two separate printers, so that if a printer is turned off, rebooted, or removed, the files in its memory are not lost. PrintFS could provide attackers with a valuable tool for evading detection. In many cases, attackers who gain access to networks spend a lot of time finding the information of value, packaging that information, and then placing it on a staging server before exfiltrating it. One of the ways that these long-term attacks are discovered is when an alert system administrator finds the attacker's cache of data waiting for transmission off the network. By hiding the data in a virtual disk, which is off the radar of most system administrators, the attackers gain more time to exploit the network. PrintFS has another advantage for the attacker if their presence on the network is detected. One of the tools in the suite provides a panic button which they can use to reboot all of the printers which make up the virtual hard drive. Since the data is stored in the RAM of the printers, pushing this panic button will remove all the data and leave no forensic evidence behind. Given that PrintFS is a hacker tool, it is not surprising that Smith includes some other functionality. For example, the PrintJack module, which serves as a GUI for the scanner, also allows the mischievous attacker to change the message on printer status displays to something of their own choosing, say, insert a quarter to print. The tool also has a denial of service mode, which can either simply prevent jobs from being accepted by the printer or cause the printer to print black pages continuously, exhausting the supply of paper and/or toner. I think that what's most important about PrintFS is how it takes devices on our networks, which we don't give much thought to, and uses them in a new way, which exploits their dullness to mask our ability to see what the attackers are up to. While I hope that HP comes up with a patch to prevent this attack from being successful on newer printers, it's very likely that the majority of the millions of HP printers out in the field will remain vulnerable, since upgrading printer firmware is not on the top priority list for most IT departments. It seems to me that the way to detect attacks like PrintFS is to get a good baseline of the traffic on your network and look for anomalies involving the amount of data transferred between IP addresses as well as the times of those transfers. For example, if your office hours are 9 to 5 and you start seeing megabytes of traffic flowing from a workstation to a printer at 3 a.m., this is a good time to put on your investigator hat and find out why. PrintFS is scheduled for release in the next week or two at www.remote-exploit.org. It's written in the Python scripting language, which means that it will run on a variety of platforms: Windows, Linux, and Mac. PrintFS is just one of a number of interesting tools and techniques discussed during ShmooCon 2011. I'll be back next week with some more dispatches from the cutting edge of computer security research. You can find a transcript of this report and a link to the video of the original ShmooCon presentation on my blog, www.paranoidprose, that's PARANOIDPROSE.com. Thanks.